Welcome back to Chunk by Chunk. We've been doing some fishing in between episodes, building up that food supply. I've also been using the jerry-rigged mob grinder just to get some mob drops. String has been really important. So I think all of that brings us to the goal of today's episode. Oh, Nautilus shell, nice. Not even really useful, what are we gonna use a conduit for? But I wanna get rid of the box over there. Of course, you can't see it from this angle, but that mob grinder's gotta go somewhere underground just to make our chunk look a little bit prettier. I also wanna get a house down here. Make our chunk more of a home. We're also, unfortunately, we definitely need to get rid of this pond. It takes up most of the chunk. It's really good for getting treasure. Hopefully we'll be able to expand soon and have a different area to go fishing. Okay, this one's gotta be the last one, then we gotta get started. Salmon, not bad. See, we got a good amount of fish. That's pretty great. This is big. I'm just minding my own business, fishing. We got a little witch over there. This is huge because that dude could throw weakness potions and we could cure villagers if we ever find them. I might as well save it, put it somewhere, but there are 2 creepers around it. Okay, we gotta get these creepers off. That's 1. And that's 2. Okay, it's coming this way. Get in the boat. That worked out pretty well. And I'm poisoned. This is definitely not ideal. Well, that's unfortunate. Okay, now run. That's especially bad because I think I want to put the house over there and it's hitting me over here. Well, that's a future me problem. Okay, first things first, we gotta chop these trees down. We could definitely flatten out this area a little bit. And to make sure we always have an infinite source of water, I want to put a backup one right down here. I actually think we might be able to leave our pond in here. This should be a good enough space to start putting a house down. Let's just do something pretty simple. I think this is looking pretty good. I did forget to put a little overhang right here, but what happens if we put this a little bit lower? Just give it a little bit more character. I made a few changes, but I think it's pretty much the same. I'm really liking how this turned out. I wanted to try to get a hanging sign or something here, but we're not using our iron on chains just yet. I haven't done the interior. We'll do that in a bit. We got some trees planted on the outside, but before we work on this more and work on decorating a little outside, I think it's time for something to go. It served its purpose. We even got more string built up so we can make a new fishing rod, keep on getting food. But it's about time we tear this down and then we could build it down there later. So I think we should get ahead, get this started, time-lapse style. Yeah, that's much better. It feels nice sleeping inside and not just outside, even though, yeah, we'll do something about this. What I really want to see is how this tree turned out. Is that a good placement for a tree? I feel like it should be a little bit to the left. I'm not loving it. It is touching directly to our house. Oh, that's a good tree. That one has some character. If only I knew how to build custom trees. So I think another tree could go well right there. Maybe there. Let's try here first. We could always move it over again. Okay, I think it's time to do this interior. I really want to get these chests inside so they're not just sitting here. We're pretty much filled up on all of these too, so we got to do something about that. First things first is the floor. Some polished andesite should be fine, right? Yeah, that works out. I never really realized how that's fully blue. Well, it's more like the light blue terracotta color, which is really cool. I also, if we grab a normal piece of andesite, I think normal andesite has, yeah, this is a little green, yellow, I think. Does it have any of these bright blue tones? Nothing that strongly blue. I don't know, but really cool. I don't think I've used this block in a while, but we're using it as a floor. Maybe we could do, here, let's just put some stuff together. I'm gonna get some chests and some barrels and we'll see what we could do. This has got to be good enough for now. It's not perfect. We really have a limited amount of space, but it does the job. As you probably saw, I was really struggling with where to put the furnace and the crafting table. The barrels and the chests are pretty easy because you kind of just stack them around and it looks pretty good. If we need, we can make this taller, but yeah, whatever. Let's just move our stuff in. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff. All right, valuables go in here, right next to the bed. The big one should just be, actually the big one could be blocks. We're set now. We're all moved in and got all the stuff in here. I think it's about time we go back down into the chunk. I don't think there's any mob spawning down there, so it should be pretty safe now. I've been a little hesitant to bring my gear down there just because I didn't want to lose anything, but I think it's time we get our iron pick and we get some of these diamonds. I shouldn't bring all this iron, but I think we're going to be fine. We can also grab this redstone. That might be able to help us with the new mob grinder we'll make. Alright, that's enough for a pickaxe. I remembered we do have some sneaky ones over here. If I could find the stairs. Oh, right in here. Just mark that off. I think we have a couple more. Oh, we have some right here. So that's enough for a pickaxe and an enchantment table. I think we should make that. We might be able to get Fortune 1 or something. We've been getting a lot of levels from the mob grinder. Oh, we can't make an enchanting table. We don't have a book. We don't have any leather. Actually, we have 1 leather, which is actually, I think that's enough for a book, but we don't have any sugarcane, which is a little unfortunate. I don't really know what to do with these so far, so we'll let them sit. And I'm kind of too scared to make armor because we might lose it. I'll definitely make a shield. We can make boots or a hat. What else do we use iron for that we need to keep it for? A bucket. We'll have enough for a bucket still, right? No. All right, let's hold on to this iron too and put that away. Honestly, this kind of looks like a pool. But anyways, this is just a transition. I think we really just need to work on the mob grinder down somewhere in the chunk, figure that out, and try to figure out how to automate as much as possible. When that's done, I'll show you guys around and hopefully it turns out good. So the new mob grinder is kind of working. I don't know if it's more or less efficient than the last one. You can see we have 2 skeletons right here. And unfortunately we have to kind of do this to get the XP and get the drops. But here's how it works. We have our little entrance to the mine. You could go right here and get the mobs or the bats. And back here we have the redstone. It's just a really simple redstone clock. I want to make it longer to give more times for mobs to spawn, but we need to have a lot of redstone for that. And if I break a block right here, it's gonna break all the redstone. Okay, 1 second. So you can see the water just goes on and off and flushes the mobs down away. We really have a lot of bats just hanging around here. Of course, if we're standing right here, none of the mobs will spawn. I built this 28 blocks underneath the surface, so while we're up there, we should get mobs spawning here and we could just come down and get them a little bit. Main problem is spiders can clog up the system because they won't fall down into the little area. So now that we're hanging up top, you could kind of see what happens. The whole system works just because there is nowhere for any of these mobs to spawn anywhere in this chunk. pretty sure that I lit up most of this chunk, and you can see around us there's no more chunks anywhere, so they're kind of stuck spawning in my farm. I think if we added a couple more repeaters, it would definitely work better. The goal is to make it so it's a drop down and they drop down into a hopper, but I don't have enough iron for a hopper right now. Speaking of that, I actually had to make another bucket so we could get this working. Only one didn't really work, you know, the bigger the spawner space, the more efficient it's gonna be. Oh, we got some creepers. I just realized we can make it like this, so we could just come under here and get all the drops. That's definitely easier. The farm's definitely working. Once we have this so it drops down and just collects stuff, that's gonna be really nice, but the main thing is iron. I've been actually doing a lot of mining. This entire layer is completely discovered. Over here, and then up here as well. No iron. We'll have to do some more mining, and I don't think I've done this layer yet. Let's see what we could find. No way, we got some right here. It better be a lot. That's pretty good. Come on, one more after this. Yeah. Alright, 6 more. That's actually sick. Okay, that's all we need for now. We put this in the smelter, grab 2 chests. We definitely need to chop some trees in between episodes. There we go, we got a hopper. Okay, let's set up this new system. I think we need to mine down 23 blocks to have them die on the fall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I should have known that was coming. This layer is completely empty. We just had a skeleton fall through this hole, so it's definitely working. There we go, that was one of them. Hopefully this gets us some drops over time, but even if it doesn't, we could always just put a block up there and start doing it the old-fashioned way. This will be easy though, we just won't have to think about it anymore. But again, the only thing is the spiders. If we want... Oh, that's a creeper. If we want... Did we get anything? That's another one. If I could get the chest. Oh, 3 gunpowder. I love the detached camera, but sometimes it is a little tricky. What was I even saying? We'll need to make some edits if we want to get more string, because the spiders won't drop down, and that's the most important thing for fishing rods and bows, even though the skeletons drop bows, so that's been pretty good. But yeah, I think that brings us to the end of today's episode. I think next time we definitely need to look into expanding this area. We have that weird chunk crystal thing, so we'll take a look at that. Anyways, thanks for watching.